What is up, guys? Helios8170 here, and today, after 5-6 long years of waiting, I've decided to get off my butt and show you guys how to use the Customizable Weaponry 2.0 add-on for Gmod. So let's go ahead and get started with a rifle, assault rifle really. This is the R15. It can be found under the Weapons tab, CW 2.0, right here. There is a lot of other weapons that I'm going to get to, or well, a couple other weapons I'm going to get to, just weapon types. So, as per usual, you have your regular HUD, health, armor, ammo, and for this one, or at least this add-on, you get told what ammo caliber you have as well. That's actually going to be important later. That'll tell you what kind of ammo to get as well. So, to get some ammo, go under the Entities tab, CW 2.0 ammo, find the one that matches what weapon caliber you have, find it under this tab. So we have 5.56 by 45. Search for the right one and click spawn it. Hold E on the boxes and you have yourself some ammo. Shooting controls are pretty stock standard. It's right mouse button to aim down your sights and left mouse to shoot. No big deal. And there are also multiple fire modes for some weapons. You can change that by holding E and pressing R. So right now we're on 3-round burst. And then hold E and press R again. You're on semi-automatic. Hold E, press R again, you're back on safe. It's not too complicated to figure out. Now to actually customize the weaponry, I press C. Now there's a lot of stuff on the screen right now, but don't get too terribly worried. It's not too difficult to figure out. On the keyboard, row of numbers, if you press 1, that's going to change your sight, and if you hold it, it'll change the color. I haven't really found a use for it, but if you just want to have something a little different about it, then go ahead and do so. There is one add-on that has more colors. I haven't installed it. I don't really use the colors that often, so I don't really see a need to download it. But, yeah, if you hold the sight button, you can change it from green, blue, gold, turquoise. I'm going to keep it on that one, actually. But, yeah, that's how sights work. Also, quick point about the sights. I don't know why the author added this, but if you go ahead and press F4 and press 1, hold enter, you can move the sight back and forth. It says it changes, like it says the offset, what range is good for, but I haven't seen any noticeable difference at all in terms of actual difference in where the rounds hit when you use them. So make of that what you will. Press R for ammo. Magnum rounds do more damage but have more recoil. Match grade rounds, decrease the aim spread. The stock, press 6. Sturdy stock, heavy stock. I usually keep the heavy stock going. For magazines, if your weapon has them, there's quad stack mag that increases your capacity of magazine to 60. I don't like using it. Let's see, for handguard, some weapons might not have these, but if you do, you're probably going to press 4. This gives us a foregrip. That's all it does. You all know what a foregrip does. For a receiver, it will sort of change how the weapon handles. So, for example, this Magpul Handguard, it'll increase your handling and deploy speed, but it also increases the recoil. Long range, it's designed for a long range engagement, so it's going to be more accurate and not have as much spread, but it's going to have some sort of downside to it. RES just means, you can smack stuff on the end of your weapon that you wouldn't otherwise. So if I press 7, you'll now notice that there's a rail option, and if I press that, you can put on a red dot sight, and like the sights, you can change the color on it. I usually have one of those, actually. And for the AR-15, if you get the long barrel RAS extension, you can get a M203 as well. Let's switch over to M203 and change the colors on the laser sight or the sights. you can hold the button corresponding it to change the rounds in the magazine, or really the grenade launcher. So we have high explosive rounds, good for clearing out a cluster of targets. Buckshot rounds for clearing out targets with, close range and not hurting yourself. And then smoke range for giving yourself some visual cover in case you gotta do some sort of crossing and there's not really anything to break line of sight. So yeah, that's pretty much what all you go through. That's 6 going stocks. So yeah, that's really the basics of how it all works. Now there are finer details like weapon handling and aim down sight speed or whatever, but that's not really the scope of this video, and I don't know if I really want to make another video on that, but depending on how the situation for this one goes, I might do that. But yeah, let's get a couple rounds down range, and show you this how it works. Full auto on this thing is a nightmare. Now for the M203, this brings up a good point. You have to hold right mouse button and actually aim the M203 before you can use it. So for example, if I fire the weapon without holding right mouse button, it will just fire the rifle and not the M203, which is not what we want. So you have to right mouse button and then, actually shoot it. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some extra 40mm rounds. Should have done this earlier, but I'm not the greatest at making this sort of thing. This is really off the cuff. And no, I don't care how bad it looks. I just gotta get this thing done. But I also want to show you the buckshot rounds as well, because it might be confusing to some of you. Hold E, press mouse 2 to switch over to your M203, and you'll notice that there's a circle around the reticle instead of, the regular stuff. So, like before, you have to hit right mouse button to shoot the M203, and if you just click left mouse button, it's not gonna work. You have to aim down your sights and get the round down there. To switch back to your regular rifle, just hit E or hold E, press right mouse button. Not that hard. Shotguns. This is our shotgun section. I'm gonna go ahead and use the M3 Super 90. There's not a lot in terms of attachments, at least for this shotgun. Sights are basic, whatever laser sight you want. It's just the ammo that's different. For slugs, it's basically just more damage, but you only have one really big round that goes down, and you have to actually aim the weapon instead of just sort of pointing and clicking. So let's go ahead and put some slugs in here. Actually, I'll shoot the wall back there so I can show you better. See how it only made one hole? Yeah. Sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you want something that'll give you more chances to hit your target. So, for example, we got flechette rounds. Basically just puts more pellets down there and doesn't hurt as much. So, shoot the back wall and show you. See, there is a lot of pellets on that. A lot of bullet holes, I mean. And then once we hit the regular buckshot, there's only so many pellets that are in there. So that's pretty much how shotguns work. Pistols, they all work the same. It all has the same, function. Some weapons will have barrel options. I didn't cover it on the rifle for some reason, but sometimes they'll have suppressors, sometimes they'll have compensators, sometimes they'll have barrel extensions. Each of them do different things. Suppressors, they quiet the gun down. Compensators, they reduce recoil. Muzzle, barrel extenders increase the accuracy, and so on and so forth. Pistols don't really have much in the way of sights or anything else like that, but if you really want to use that sort of thing, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not a cop. I'm just a YouTuber. Ammo usually does the same thing. Magnum rounds, match grade rounds. I usually stick with magnums on my pistols, so that way I have a bit more damage. But yeah, this is pretty much the same thing. And notice that I have to reload every time I switch my ammo. You have to do that no matter what. It is hard-coded into the add-on. So there's nothing you can do about that. You cannot stop that from happening. So that's all of the stuff I can show you here. However, I've set up another range back here to give you some more examples on what you can do with your rifles. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a sniper rifle. There should be one in here somewhere that will allow us to use where the hell is it? That's a pistol. Where is it? It's gotta be a sniper around here somewhere. Alright, we have ourselves a sniper rifle here. There we go. Now you'll notice that there is a section here called Handguard. You can sometimes put a bipod on there. What this will do is it will give you lessened recoil or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a good scope on here as well to sort of show you what all this is and how this works. So if you have an object in front of you that's about the right height, you can press your use key and deploy a bipod. This doesn't only work for sniper rifles, although it is very helpful. And as you'll notice, you can't look as far left or right or up or down. And just, like in Call of Duty, hold shift to steady your aim. Can't hold it for too long though, or it's gonna stop you from doing that. It's not that difficult. A similar thing will happen with machine guns, except it'll just stick you in one place. I've got this pack called Arms of the Old World. It's a great one. You should go ahead and check it out. If you get let's see here, one of these, you should do it. It's got a bipod built in with it, thankfully. What we can do here, just place our gun down and now, do you see how there are two boxes on the sides that I can't get to? That's because I have my bipod down. You have to pick up your bipod and move it, or just pick up your bipod entirely and aim down your sights. But yeah, there's definitely comparison to be made when you're shooting without the bipod and when you're shooting with the bipod. There is like a wild difference. It's the greatest. But yeah, that is pretty much all of the contents of Customized Weaponry 2.0. There are a couple of good add-ons that are good. I use them a lot, and I will definitely link them down in the description, as well as the original add-on as well, so that way you can see what all I'm running with. But yeah, this has been Helios8170 giving you a bit of weapons training. I hope you have fun using this add-on and using it in whatever server you have or whatever server you play on. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.